Today is day 5 of 111 days of gratitude. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of alchemizing abundance and financial prosperity into my life. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of alchemizing abundance and financial prosperity into my life. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of feeling confident and beautiful. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of feeling confident and beautiful. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of feeling worthy and good enough. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of feeling worthy and good enough. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of loving myself. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of loving myself. I am so grateful that I am mastering the art of knowledge and wisdom by aligning with the Akashic records. I'm so grateful that I am mastering the art of knowledge and wisdom by aligning with the Akashic records. So I wanted to say that these things that I'm grateful for today are obviously a little bit more intimately personal for me, which they all are. But yeah, I really wanted to be very transparent and truthful in everything I do, always, to just remind those that do resonate with this channel and my messages and my words that these are areas that, at some point you're going to be trying to master, and I think that it's important for, me to at least be transparent and being able to put that information out there, not just for myself, but for others to know that, yeah, these are things that you really want to be focused on because, again, coming from the type of journey that your soul chose to take on this lifetime, these are the areas that you're learning to master. And, my opinion is I'm very grateful that I have gotten to a place where I am mastering them. And so like I had mentioned, I just really wanted to I was a little hesitant at first to speak on those ones because I'm not speaking all my intentions, but I really wanted to, as always, be as transparent and truthful as I can. So anyways, there is our gratitude for today. Sending out so much gratitude for everybody to be in the beautiful, blissful gratitude bubble all day today. I did have one other thing I wanted to briefly talk about. So if you've made it through my gratitude, here is a cool, fun activity, high vibrational activity that you can possibly do for yourself if it resonates for you in the month of December. Now, I know yesterday I referenced, the intentions boards that obviously people understand and know about intentions boards. And prior to Jocelyn Starfeather, getting kind of putting that seed in my head to really get that going for me prior to starting her course, obviously I'd heard about that before. I don't know. Up until that point, didn't really, think to do it. And that's why I wanted to bring it up yesterday for those of you that maybe have not, but maybe, this is a message that you're like, yeah, maybe now I will do one. Same thing for my activity, the cool high vibrational activity today that I'm going to recommend if it resonates for you. So again, Jocelyn Starfeather in her course. So she is the one who gave me this idea, and I have done it every year since she introduced this to me at the end, so in December of 2022, going into 2023. And this is about your dream space. It's so cool, you guys. So the thing is, what you would do is in the month of December, starting on the night of, so you want to start December 20th through the 31st, okay? And what you do is you're going to record your dreams every night if you can, you set your intention before you go to bed. You want to keep a dream journal by your bed, whether, that's easier for you to write it down. If it's leave your phone nearby, I am not somebody who recommends necessarily keeping phones by us in our spaces at night to try to eliminate, excessive EMFs and whatnot, but having that like some type of voice recorder near to be able to speak your dream so that you can get it out right away. So what you would do then is set your intention before you go to bed those nights to try to remember your dream. And that's helpful. Especially if you're somebody that has a hard time remembering your dreams. Which for me, that's been something that can be on and off for me. But that's why I noticed for myself when I set an intention to remember my dream before going to bed, I usually have a pretty good chance of having memories about it upon wake up. So what you would do then is starting the night of the 20th, try to record your dreams all the way through the end of December, every night. Now, what that is you have 12 days or 12 nights of dreams from, if you're starting here in December of 2025, what that equates to is a dream that's giving you an interpretation of what the next year's month is going to, basically, this is a way that you can foresee what your dream or what your life is going to bring you in the fall, in this coming up year, right? So for 2026, if you start this in December of 2025. So for instance, the dream that you get on the night of the 20th, that would be your interpretation for stuff in January of 2026. The night of the 21st would be, December 21st of 2025, that night's dream would be February 2026, and so on. Okay? Obviously meaning then that for the night of December 31st, that dream of 2025 would represent December of 2026. Now, the reason I'm recommending this, because, this was also, given to me as, hey, here's another cool activity that you can do if it resonates for you, as, everything. And I've been doing it every year, like my intentions boards, since that time that I started it in 2022 going into 2023. Jocelyn had actually given her own example from herself and one of her daughters, how, what the dream was, and then what actually happened in that month of the upcoming year. And every year that I've been doing this, have had the same thing. So my personal example to explain this was, in 2023, going into so this would have been my 2024, and then going into my and then recording my 2024 dreams for 2025. I continued to have dreams about moving a lot and having a lot of weird people in these dreams with me regarding moving. And my mom and my dad And my family sometimes, like my brother and my sister would sometimes be in this, sometimes certain relatives. But it was weird because the energy that I remember feeling from them was something I wasn't aware of. I remember the way I wrote it down was, like they'd have some sort of like angry vibe coming at me, and I'd be like, I didn't know what that was about. So it's interesting because through those years, I was moving a lot. I was moving constantly. And it was always, because of something, a weird relationship situation from a person. Like I had to leave, the landlord got a little weird, had to go. The mold, and then it was interesting when I looked back and saw my interpretation in the dream of how I interpreted the energy I was feeling from my mom and my dad in the dreams. And, feeling this angry energy and this very kind of chaotic and not understanding what that was about. And that is so representative of what I experienced when I just reunited with my family again after not speaking to them for 10 years, between 8 and 10 years, depending upon which family member. But yeah, and finding out they were all, karmic, narcissistic, emotionally immature. And that I was part of and from a toxic, dysfunctional type of family. And that's why, because I didn't know that. And so that makes sense when I look back on my dream log and go, yeah, I was getting this really weird, think about that angry energy, that narcissistic, angry energy is what I was feeling. And I didn't understand what it was because I did not know yet when I have these dreams that my family was as evil as they are. I still thought that that they were good people, just with trauma, that it wasn't like the trauma had made them evil, that the trauma was like with any of us, just traumatizing and, creating issues, that just needed to be healed, and that they would have wanted to heal for themselves being given an opportunity. Well, I proved that, that is not the way that it was going to be when I tried to, when I reunited with my mom about a year ago and tried to help her and give her all the love and support and that I was trying to give her at that time. And then to see how she turned on me in the blink of an eye, like a narcissist would, that is all just out for themselves and all about me, and greedy and all that. It was like, whoa. And so I was reading through my dream journal this morning, and it made me think, yeah, I really want to throw this out as an activity, because for me, it's so interesting, because you'll look back on these nights that you had these dreams, and then you'll correspond it with the month that it corresponds with, and it'll blow your fucking mind. Like, it's really cool. It's very insightful, when you're writing the dream after it happens, at least for me, I'm like, none of this makes sense right now, but okay. And then when you go back to read it, you're like, whoa, that's like literally what happened, and you can't even possibly foresee that, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So anyways, if that resonates for you, I recommend it. And so, yeah, you would start it on December 20th, the night of December 20th, and just make sure that, it's 12 nights of getting, one night for each month of the following year, starting on December 20th. So, yeah, if it resonates for you, I recommend doing that. And again, sending out so much gratitude and love to the collective. Thank you so much for watching.